Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 18 of my PySimpleGUI lessons. In today's video, we're going to be creating drop-down menus. So first, let's import PySimpleGUI, and then let's determine a list for what we want to show in our drop-down menu. So let's write some languages: Python, Java, PHP, C++, and HTML. So after this, we can make the layout. The layout will just be one drop-down menu. So to make the drop-down menu, there are four different ways. There's drop with capital D, and there are three others. I'll write them like this: sg.combo, sg.input combo with a capital I and a capital C, sg.dropdown with two double capital D's, and sg.drop, the one we're using right now, with a capital D. And then inside we can put in the list. The list is this right here, and then we can worry about the attributes later. Now window.sgwindow, Python learning, layout, while true, event values equals window.read, print event values. If event equals none, then we break, and then window.close. Okay, let's run this to make sure it's working. Okay, so now we click the drop down: Python, Java, PHP, C++, HTML. They all appear. So now it works. Now let's focus on the attributes. So, oh yeah, first let's test out each of these different methods to show that they're working. So first one, combo. So combo, these still work: Python, Java, PHP, C++, and HTML right here. And then the next one is input combo. So we can just write input in front of it with a capital I. Remember the capital I. And then now we run it. It still works: Python, Java, PHP, C++, HTML. And then there's the drop down with a capital D and another capital D. Drop down, there's the 5 elements. Yeah. And then last one is drop. Yep, we already showcased this one, the 5. And then now let's go on to the attributes, sorry. And then the first one is default value. Default value. So this is what appears initially when you run the thing. Like, if we write Python as the default value, Python will show up as the option here. And then when you click, you can select the different ones. Yeah. And you can do the same for, like, say, PHP. And PHP is selected, then this. If you don't write anything here, or you write none, for example, then it'll just be shown as a blank one, like this. And then after default value, there's the key. So like the other ones, it's basically the ID. We can call it drop. And after key, there's size. So size, there's a tuple with 2 values. There's the first one is the width. Like if we do 30 and we run it, now this will be a lot wider. And the next one, normally it's the height of the element, but over here it's the height of the drop downs. Like if we write 2 for this, then when we do the drop down, there's a small scroll wheel and it only shows 2 lines at a time. If we change this to 5, then when we do this, and all of them are shown. You can go over the limit and it'll still show 5 because there are only 5 lines it can show maximum. Like if we do 500, this will still only have 5 lines. It won't like show a bunch of blank lines at the bottom. Okay, after size, there's the auto size text. We already talked about this one before, so don't need to talk about it anymore. There's the background color, a word or a hex code. For this, we can like say black, and then the background color will turn to black. We can't really see the words, so for contrast, we can change the text color to white, and then this way, it'll be a black background with white text, like this. Alright, after text color, there's the enable events. So like before, if this is true, then whenever you click something, there will be a line that prints, that is the event and values. This, the first drop, this is the event since that's the key right here. That's the key drop, and this is the value. Value is a dictionary with all of the event keys and the values for the events. So it's going to be in a dictionary. And then if we turn this to false, then we run this and we click, nothing will happen because enable events will be false. And after enable events, there's the disabled. So if this is disabled, then we won't be able to edit this. Like we can't click, we can't do anything. If this is false, then we will be able to select. We'll be able to select. Alright. After disabled, there's the pad. Again, the pad, we don't need to go into that much detail. The first tuple is left and right. The second tuple is up and down. After pad, there's the tooltip. Like we said in the other videos, a tooltip. So we hover our mouse over it, and the text shows up. This is a tooltip. And after the tooltip, there is read only. Okay, this one is quite interesting. It's a boolean. If it's false, then we are able to edit right here without having to click any of these. We can just say like, I am editing this, and we can actually say stuff here. If this is true, then we won't be able to say stuff. We are only able to select the given options. And by the way, this is defaulted as false. Like if I delete this line right here and then run it, I am still able to write stuff here. Yeah, and then, okay, let me put this back on. Read only equals false. And then next we have font, like before. First one is font type. We can do Times New Roman. And then the second value is the font size. We can write 15. Alright, now it's a bit bigger and the font is now Times New Roman. Okay, lastly there's the visible. The visible, like before, if this is true, then if we run it, we are able to see this drop down menu. And if this is false, then we won't be able to. Then this won't be shown. Alright, that concludes lesson 18 of my PySimpleGUI course. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And remember, from novice to pro, work for tuition helps you grow.